Hello, welcome to my video. If your mother tongue is not English, if English is your second language, then this video is going to help you. Today I'll discuss about some English words that end in S. There are many words which end in S, like in the case of plural, in the case of apostrophe S, or in many other cases, words end in S. Now, those S's always don't give S sound. Sometimes they give S sound, and sometimes those S's become, they become Z. Now, we'll discuss some of these words and know the reason why some of the S's become Z instead of Sa. Let me share my screen. Fine. See, here I'll put some words. First, it's taking time. Okay, fine. The first word here is kit, K-I-T. The next word, kid, K-I-D. Then B-A-T, bat. Next, B-A-L-L, ball. Now, if we put S at the end of these words, like if I write K-I-T-S, then it would become kids. Next, kids. It looks like kids at least. K-I-D-S, kids, sa sound we produce. Now, I'll discuss whether it is sa or za. Next, we have bats, then balls, sa sound. But you can see two words are in red colors, and the problems are with these words. Okay, see here, K-I-T-S, kids, it's all okay, but K-I-D-Z-D-S, it's kids, not kids. Next, B-A-T-S, bats, it's all fine, but B-A-L-L-S, it's not balls, but balls, right? So kids is wrong, it should be kids. Balls is wrong, it should be balls. Now, why this thing happens, we'll discuss. If you know the reason, then you will apply it to all the words that you come across, and you will pronounce in the right way. Now, this all happens for the sound system that that we have, human beings have, right? In English, we know there are 26 letters, right? 21 consonants and 5 vowels. But if you have seen my earlier video, in that video I have discussed that there are actually 44 sounds out of those 26 letters. I will put the link of that earlier video here at the top. You will get the link. So those 44 sounds can be divided into consonants and vowels. And in English, we have 24 consonant sounds and 20 vowel sounds. Fine. Now, these sounds, those 44 sounds, some of them are voiced and some of them are voiceless. Now, what is voiced and voiceless sounds? Simply, if you put your hand here, you will see that when we pronounce some sounds like ba, we get some vibration here. But if we pronounce some sounds like t or ta, we don't get any vibration here. Fine, you have to feel it. Now we'll discuss what are the voice sounds and what are the voiceless sounds. And if you know, if you can remember the voiced sound and voiceless sounds, then the case of sa sound and za sound at the end of any word will be very clear to you. So let's see here the consonant sounds. The voiced sounds are Here, the ba sound, ba is voiced sound, as in the case of ball. Then ra, as in the case of red, ra is voiced sound. Then ja sound, as in the case of jug. Then da sound, as in the case of doll. Then va sound, as in the case of vast. Then ma sound, as in the case of mad. Then na sound, as in net. Then ga sound, as in gap. Then va sound, as in wet. Then z sound, as in zebra. Then la sound, as in lesson. Then we have this looks like something new. It is actually the sound, the, as in the case of the. Then ja sound, as in the case of pleasure. It's also a type of new here in phonetics. Then ya sound, remember it is not ja sound, it's not j, but it's ya sound, ya, as in the case of you. And the na sound, this is nasal sound, as in the case of wrong. So all these sounds are actually voiced sounds. You put your hand here, you will get some vibration in your vocal cord. Fine. Now see the voiceless sound. Fa sound, fa, as in the case of fan. When you say fa, we don't get any vibration here. Fa sound. Then we have ka, 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 keep, as in the case of keep. So we don't get any vibration. Then pa, 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 as in the case of pot. Then ta, or ta, as in the case of top. And then sa, as in the case of cell. Then tha sounds, tha, as in the case of thanks. Then sha sounds, as in the case of shell. So these sounds, if you remember what are the voiced and what are the voiceless sound, then it will be very clear to you that when to pronounce sa sound and when to pronounce za sounds, which come at the end of any word. Fine. Okay, one more sound here, that is cha sound, as in the case of chain. It is voiceless. Next, move towards before that, one more sound I left here. It is ha, ha sound, as in the case of hello. These all are voiceless. Now come to the next, vowel sounds. Vowel sounds are of two types: single glides, they are called monophthong also, and double glides, they are called diphthong also. Now e sound, as in the case of eat. Then it sound, as in the case of it. Then u sound, as in the case of stud. Then oo sound, as in the case of oops. Then a sound, as in and. Then a sound, as in America. Then a sound, as in ultra. And then a sound, as in all. Then a sound, a sound, as in the case of art. Then o sound, as in the case of orange. And then a sound, as in the case of all. Then a sound, as in the case of and. Now come to the double glide sounds, which are diphthongs. A sound, as in the case of eight. Then I sound, as in eyes. Then oi sound, as in oyster. Then sounds, as in out. Then ow sound, as in the case of ounce. Then ear sound in ear, and air sound, as in air. Fine. And the last one here on the right side, poor sound, as in the case of poor. So these are the vowel sounds. Now by default, all these vowel sounds are voiced. Fine. So in a consonant, some of the sounds are voiced and some of the sounds are voiceless, but in vowel sounds, all the sounds are voiced. Now see the rules which you have to apply when you pronounce words ending in s. The first rule here: if an s at the end of a word is preceded by a voiced sound, it produces z sound at the end. For example, let's see here. Jeans, jeans. So jeans, the word s at the letter s at the end is actually preceded by n or na sound. So na sound is a voice or voiceless? It is voiced. Because here na sound is followed by sa, the sound at the end would be za. When sa is preceded by a voiced sound, sa becomes za, like in the case jeans. Next, shell. Here you can see shells. In two cases it can become shells in the case of plural and apostrophe. So again, sa at the end is actually after la sound. After la sound. So it is shells. La is voiced. Then glove, gloves, bus, buses, buses. Then lens, lens. Because n is a voiced sound, so s becomes za, not sa. You can see all these highlighted letters, they are voiced. So all the s's here are after voiced sound. That's why at the end you have to pronounce za. So any word you get in which s is after voiced sound, then that s would become za. See next, if an s at the end of a word is preceded by a voiceless sound, that means if s comes after a voiceless sound, then it produces sa sound. For example, clock. So clock, the last sound is ka, and ka is voiceless sound. Next, boot. So ta is voiceless. Then laptop, pa is voiceless. Math, tha is voiceless. Drop, pa is voiceless. So if s at the end of the word is actually after any voiceless sound, then s remains s, or the sound remains sa. So if you make clock plural, the sound of clock will become clocks, not clogs. In the case of boot, it becomes boots. In the case of laptop, it becomes laptops. Math, maths. Drop, drops. See next rule. Also, you can see here all these letters here are voiceless, and after the voiceless letters or sounds is there, so the sound will be sa at the end. Now next rule, if an s at the end of a word is preceded by any vowel sound, it possesses za sound. Why? Simple, the rule is simple. All the vowel sounds are voiced or voiceless? Voiced, obviously. So banana becomes bananas, clue becomes clues, boy becomes boys, hero becomes heroes, idea becomes ideas, right? So all these s's here are after vowel sound, right? That's why all the s's become za at the end. Some exceptions you will see here. Though some words ends in e, or you can say the vowel sounds, fine, but the sound of s at the last remains sound. They don't become z, as in the case of white. Okay, it's not whites, it's not whites, but it's whites. Then wife becomes wives, life becomes lives, hawk becomes hawks. Now in all these cases you will see that the end letter is e, but in the previous slide I said that if any word ends in vowel, then the sa sounds at the end would become za. Here all these words end in vowel, but the rule is not applied here. S remains sa. Why? Because yes, these words end in a vowel letter, but the sound is not of those vowels. The sound is of the consonant sounds, and those consonants here are voiceless, like ta in the case of white is voiceless, fa in the case of wife and life, voiceless, ka sound in the case of hawk is voiceless. So you know, if s comes after voiceless sounds, then the s will remain s or sa. That's why here you will see, though in the case of white, e came after t, still s is not za, it's sa. Fine. In all these cases, the problem is same here. So that's all. I hope now you understood the case why some s's at the end of word become za, and some s's they remain sa. You will get more knowledge if you follow my other videos regarding this pronunciation. I will post the links here at the end of the video. And if you want to see more videos, if you wish, you can keep my channel subscribed. The name of my channel is El Dorado. And so thank you all. We'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.